Welcome to a Friday Reads, where I talk about what I read, what I'm reading, what I hope to get to next, and it's a week. It's been a week. Like, it's it's not a great week, it's not a bad week, but it is a long week. Like, I'm filming this Wednesday evening, and it was already a long work week. I already knew that. And then the cats had to get a little sick, but I think they're fine. But, like, I don't know. I'm still in the middle of it. By Friday, I better know where I am. But right now, they are trending good. But we're not normal yet. We're like at 85%. But let's talk about what I've read. Let's figure it out, because I know what I'm going to be doing Friday, and I have some fun media things to talk about at the end that are not book related. If you've been to these videos, you know I talk about movies, TVs, video games, and such at the end. So let's talk about, I finished Operation Bounce House. This was fine. This was okay. It had like a minor twist at the end that I was like, huh. I did not see that coming. Interesting. The action was too action-y for my taste, but that's just my taste. If you like an action-packed book, I think this is fine. I like the team has to come together to save themselves. I think it's a little on the nose. Like, you can really feel that this was made, like, now. This is a 2026 book in conversation with everything that's been happening. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, but that's going to rub you one way or another based on how tired you are of hearing the same talking points. Like, it's not that the talking points aren't true. It's that this isn't necessarily an interesting way for me to engage with them. You know? Like, do I think people will only respond when they have empathy towards situations? Correct. Do I think people also will get overwhelmed and stop looking when things get too hard? Also correct. Like, but I honestly was pretty impressed with how it ended it. I was nervous, and I think I was cool with it. Will I think about this book again after I do my wrap-up for the last couple months? I don't know. I think in general, I have heard. You don't need to, I mean, you can type it if you want to type it. I know that Dungeon Crawler Carl is better. I have heard this. I don't know if it's better enough in the right ways for me to buy it. If you don't know, like, I have a robust library system. I do not buy books very often. And if I do, I buy them through Libro FM for audiobooks. So to get me to buy a book through Audible is really tricky. And just know, if there's a sale, you only get to see the sale if you're a member. That's how they get you. Like, I really hate the Audible landscape. And I understand why some authors have to work in it. I'm not blaming them. But as a consumer, it frustrates me. So unless I love something, I don't go over there. So this was the closest I was going to get to a taste test. And I think it would probably, my guess is I'd probably have a 3.5 to 4-star experience with the first book. And I don't think that's a good enough reason for me to start getting invested into an unfinished series that is currently on, book 7? I don't think so. So that's about where I'm landing with Matt Dinniman. Obviously, never say never. There might be a challenge where I'm like, fine, I will read this. And then maybe I'll love it and I'll eat my words. I'll be like, guys, I am another basic person on the internet, and I am a basic person on the internet. But in this regard, I'll be like, I didn't think I would like this, and now it's my new personality, which is all of the internet. And I don't judge them because, again, I am also basic on the internet. So that's my thoughts there. Let's see. The other thing, I'm not going to talk thoughts about it, but, like, I did read what I wanted to in Memories of Ice, which is an accomplishment. I just will have you know that that's an accomplishment, especially with the weekend I was having. I had a migraine on Friday. I don't even know what happened Saturday. I started a video game Sunday. We're lucky anything was accomplished. But what's really exciting is I finally got The Subtle Art of Folding Space in the mail. This is by John Chu, who has written 2 of my favorite novelettes ever. One of the novelettes is in New Sons Volume 2. It has to do with picking a path in academia and stuff like that. And then the one that won the Hugo, it has to do with a superhero who's gay meeting someone at the gym, and it's really cute. I really love it. So this is I think it's a novel. Like, I think it's a novel. It's 223 pages, and it says that it's a novel somewhere on it. But it's a short. It's a short novel. If you're hearing a cat, that's because because someone's yelling at me. Don't yell at me. Don't make me think something's wrong. I don't know if in this version of the video I've told you that my cats have been doing cat things, but they have been, and I am sleep deprived, which is why you're getting sassy Angela today. She cannot always come out to play, but when she's only had 5 hours of sleep. Yeah. So this, I'm not very far in, and I'm buddy reading it with Tammy because they saw my Instagram story and they're like, buddy read? And I'm like, sure. So I think I'm like 50 some pages in. Feels right. I'm reading it on my Kindle too, because I have it on my Kindle as an ARC. Yeah, I'm somewhere in here. I'm somewhere in here. So I can give you the gist. First of all, it's taking place in Boston. So you know I'm having a great time because I freaking love Boston and I miss Boston. Not only is it in Boston, we're in places in Boston I know. We were at the South Station, which I know the South Station. And then we were in the South End getting food. There's a lot of good food. There are so many bows. I want them all. This has made me so hungry. This is so weird. And I think it's going to be really human, and I'm really excited to not be stressed about my cats and like sink into this a little bit. We have our main character, who I am blanking on her name. I know her sister's name, but I don't know her name. I'm sure that this tells me Ellie. So Ellie is basically, there's a couple types of people that can interact with the physics of the universe and they maintain it. They make sure the physics does what the physics is supposed to do. And so she is a construction person. So she fixes things, maintains things, you know, kind of what you think an engineer is. That's what she is, but for physics. Her cousin Daniel is an architect. So he like looks at the designs. And she has this sister, Chris, who is awful. Absolutely trash human. Like I haven't even met Chris yet. And I have super strong opinions, which is how you know it's a good book, because I have strong opinions. And I don't actually know the plot of the book yet. I'm here for vibes. I'm here because it's John Chu and I trust the process. And this place where they fix the physics is truly mind-bending. Like, I am imagining the screensaver from the 90s of all the pipes. That's the image in my head. And her cousin Daniel, he like, when he's doing his architecture thing, he turns things into like foods. And if they're off, they kind of taste slightly off. And it's really funny. I like love that as like a manifestation of, is this correct? Like, yes. I do sense that there's going to be a large exploration about how to recognize and potentially, hopefully, remove yourself from emotional and physical abuse. Because there is a lot of denial Ellie has, even while recognizing how awful Chris is. So I'll leave it at that. I am excited. I love this cover. Can you not tell? This is so cool. I'm so excited about this. I'm so happy to have this. Like, words cannot describe how excited I am. I'm also reading a new T. Kingfisher. Not the newest, but a new one. You know, she came out with like 4 books last year. This is What Stalks the Deep. Did I say that right? It's this one. If you watched my Tuesday video, you know that I need this for my her kid. And I started reading it because I had my patrons vote for which square to tackle next, and this is the square winning. The queer alphabet. So we've got our non-binary soldier character. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of creepy, and I'm kind of only half paying attention at the creepy parts because it's my I don't watch cave horror movies anymore. I don't mess with them. I don't mess with them because I need oxygen. If there is a lack of oxygen, I am unokay. So space and caves, deep sea diving, no. Not my thing. This is a cave. What stalks the deep? So I'm sure there is beautiful descriptions, but I'm listening to it while driving to work, and whenever it seems like it's about to be claustrophobic, I'm like, la 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 la, and I'm like half not paying attention. We have our main character, I'm forgetting, I think Eaton's the last name, but I'm forgetting the first name, but they are going to the Americas. We're in the Americas this time, because they're from, like, a country that doesn't exist. Galatia. I think that's the name of it. And so they're coming to the Americas because a friend of theirs, when they had to deal with the fall of the House of Usher, that's not that book. That's Edgar Allan Poe. What Moves the Dead. Yes, because the second one is What Feasts at Night. I can do this. Delirious brain. A friend from that is like, hey, I need you to come help me. And he's basically like, because you were there for that, so you'll know that if things are messed up, you're not going to be like, it has to be something normal. And so they're trying to figure out what happened to his brother, with these caves that they inherited. Not caves, mines, which is even worse because they're mines. And with all of the, all the problems that come with mines. And yeah. Things are stalking in the deeps. Things are squishy. Things are gross. Literally, the word squish has been used a lot. We squeeze a lot. There's a lot of slapping. I don't like any of the sounds. I don't like any of the tunnels. I'm generally liking the character group we have for this one. I think this is a stronger character group than What Feasts at Night. We've got the American who loves chemistry. I'm enjoying him. Yeah, it's good. It's a good car read. I'm enjoying that. So that's what I'm reading right now. And then in terms of movies, well, last weekend we went to see Treasures of Soviet Animation Volume 2, which was a delight. I mean, so interesting. Just seeing older animation in general from any country is fascinating. Like, these are 2 animated films that are fairy tale animations from the 60s, and then one more contemporary from the 70s, I believe. Maybe it's 50s and 70s. And it's just so fascinating how much is the same and how much is different. Like, how much I felt like I was watching Boomerang, and also how much of this was slightly different than the version I would have gotten here. And then also even just, like, how the actual animation panes work and the background paint versus the front panels and how that compares to what we grew up with Disney. It was really cool. And it was tied to a friend date. So I got to meet friends and make new friends, which is always delightful. What else have I done? I've been watching Shrinking. Shrinking brings me so much joy, guys. Like, I know I talk about it all the time, but I had a migraine Friday and we got home. I was hanging out with my mom, but I couldn't keep hanging out because, like, my head hurt. And we got on the couch. And I'm like, yeah, just throw on a Shrinking. And then it healed me. Like, I still kind of hurt, but I was happy. So I love Shrinking. I'm terrified about the end of the season. Absolutely terrified. And then, what's the other thing I've got? Oh, yes. I have started a video game. Have I finished Horizon Forbidden West? Shush. No, I haven't. I'll get there one day. Ryan had been playing Expedition 33. And it looked really cool. And I'm like, why don't you just turn it on and see if you liked it? And I have never been so engrossed in a story before. Now, if you spoil this for me, I will hate you forever. I am currently in Act 1, and I'm having a very good time. And I'm enjoying the play mechanics. I'm enjoying how there's exploration, but it's not so wieldly like an open world game. And if this was really funny. So I'm playing the game, and you start off as this guy, Gustav. And Gustav's voice, I'm like, this sounds familiar. And I'm like sitting here listening to this guy, and I'm like, he reminds me of Charlie Cox. Like, I literally, I said that. And Ryan's like, well, that's weird. It can't be. Like, these were all this was a very, small budget game. I'm like, okay. And I just go, he just sounds like Charlie Cox. Like, that's all I got. And then the next day, Ryan was looking it up, and he's like, you know what? It is Charlie Cox. And I'm like, yeah, it is, because I know that man. I love that man. He's a great voice. So I'm really enjoying the game. I'm enjoying the gameplay. I had to wake up at 5:30 this morning for my cats, and I couldn't go back to sleep. But, I played for an hour, and I got through a boss, and I'm finally getting better at dodging. Let's not talk about parrying. That's still tricky, but I'm getting there. I'm getting the combos. Oh, it's kind of fun. Like, it's really fun. I get the hype. And this, like I said, the story is so interesting. How it's revealing information and the emotional stakes. I'm really enjoying that. So again, if you spoil this for me, you're an awful person. Be a source of good in the world. I have done nothing to harm you. Do not harm me. Or else I won't share things with you anymore. I'm kidding. I'll always share things with you guys. I think that's it. That's my week. This weekend, I'm going to the Monsters game. What else am I doing? That's the big one. I want to watch Bridgerton. As you're seeing this, I am probably brain dead on my couch watching Bridgerton because this week is so long. I still have 10 hours to work tomorrow, and I am not going to get good sleep tonight because the cats are only 85% better. So unless my body knocks me out, which I don't think I'm tired enough for that to happen, I'm not going to be very well rested tomorrow, alas. Such is my brain. But I'm not unhappy. I'm pretty okay. And actually, have I shown you guys in a while? I actually have it near me, don't I? Yes, I can show you my sweater. It's actually coming along really well. And then I will end this video. But I don't usually have it in this room, so you guys can see it. I put a collar on it recently. That's the front. So yeah, there's its collar. There's the body. Look at it go. Right? It's making its way. And like, this is where the sleeve will be. I'll have to steek it. I gotta cut here. I won't cut yet. I've already cut the neck, so I have proof of concept that it works. Like, this is where I cut it, and nothing's happening. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm enjoying the sweater, but I finished, oh, that's another thing. I finished Big Bang Theory, and I don't know what to do with my life. Oh, that was another thing I finished. I finished Check Please. It was very nice. I really like it. I already talked about it on Tuesday a bit. I'll talk about it more in the wrap-up. I feel like this video is going on long enough. But I finished Check Please, and I was delightful. I knew I read something else this weekend, but I truly, for the life of me, I don't have my notes because I'm being chaos mode right now. But I'm going to end this very disjointed video. Let me know what you're reading, doing, watching. If you just want to leave an emoji to let me know you're here. Are there dumplings? Please let there be dumplings. The closest thing you can find to a dumpling. Chopsticks I will also accept. But otherwise, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.